A top team owner reveals what it costs to go racing these days, and you might be shocked by the comparison he made, or maybe you won't. Plus, Cody Sommer's driver search, Hunt the Front, and Joseph Joyner stacking wins, and more today. Let's go. It's Monday, May 5th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. Lots of good stuff to get into here shortly, but before we do, a quick message from today's show sponsor. Today's daily show is being supported by Golden Nugget Online Casino. Did you know you don't need to take vacation days at work, book a flight in a hotel room, and travel all the way to Las Vegas to have Vegas-style fun? With the Golden Nugget Online Casino app, you can jump in right now and play all of your favorite games no matter where you are in your day. That includes slots, blackjack, roulette, and 300 plus real money games to choose from. And just like you were in Las Vegas sitting at a table, you can play with live dealers right now. The Golden Nugget Online Casino app is safe, secure, and reliable, and you can play on any device, including your phone, tablet, or computer. If you want to get in on the action, new players can get 500 casino spins on a featured game when they sign up using promo code DIRTRACKR and play just $5. That's code DIRTRACKR, DIRTRACKR, for 500 casino spins on a featured game when you sign up and play just $5. Download the app today and live it up in your downtime with the Golden Nugget Online Casino. In recent days, the legendary team owner Keith Kunz got into a social media back and forth about the cost to go racing these days, and he revealed some interesting numbers about the current state of midget racing. Kunz, obviously the owner of Keith Kunz Motorsports, along with Pete Willoughby, and they've long been tied into the Toyota racing development pipeline for young drivers. The KKM team has helped develop Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell, Rico Abreu, Buddy Kofoid, Logan Seavey, and many others. This season, they are fielding a quartet of full-timers out with USAC full-time with Jacob Denny, Cannon McIntosh, Kel Drake, and Gavin Miller, the drivers. Along the way, we'll also see the team run cars for Brandon Carr, Colton Robinson, and Alex Karpowitz. KKM also made headlines back at the Chili Bowl in January when they showed up with an incredible 16 cars for the 6-day event. And when you see and hear people railing against funded drivers, while they might not come out and say it outright, this is often the team they are directing their feelings toward. I have multiple times on this show shared my own opinion about funded drivers, which is that I could just care less. Keith and Pete have built themselves a sustainable business, and they've launched a lot of racing careers, both with drivers and crew members. I'm not really sure how you frown upon any of that. Back to the money stuff, though. Kunz got tagged in some burner posts and jumped in to respond about the cost to go midget racing in 2025. He said that it's $7,000 a night to go racing with the midgets, and that the Chili Bowl is $17,000 for the week. And that's if there's no crash damage to repair. He went on to say that a midget operation costs the same to operate as a sprint car team. Engines, cars, trailers, employees, all of it is not cheaper because the race car is smaller. So at $7,000 a night, if you can get 65 races in between USAC, Extreme, and Power-Eye, you're looking at nearly $500,000 in 2025 for a full midget season. You can definitely have a pretty solid 410 sprint car operation for that amount for a year. And it's been a few years, but these numbers align with what we heard from Zach Dahm and Thomas Meserol back in 2023, when T-Mez walked around Wayne County and did a bunch of commentary on his YouTube channel about the cost to go racing. Dom said then that a brand new race-ready midget was $90,000, with anywhere between $45,000 and $65,000 being the engine. And that depended on whether you were going to go with something like an SR11 or a TRD. And these numbers also jive with what we went through a few years ago when I dove into the money to go big-time sprint car racing. The top teams are certainly spending a lot more than $500,000, especially to run Outlaws or High Limit full-time, but $500K would get you pretty far. Back to midgets here. There are certainly cheaper ways to go racing than those types of numbers, but KKM, obviously one of, if not the top team in the country. I'd also put Chad Boat's CBI in the mix there as well. Boat just doesn't quite have the scale that KKM does. Keith Kunz Motorsports and CBI teams were 7 of the top 10 in USAC points a year ago. Knowing the costs are the same, the obvious question is why even bother with midgets knowing the purse money is much lower than sprint cars? But it's clear that Boat and Kunz have built businesses in this space, and they provide unique opportunities for the right drivers. Both would certainly be capable of running successful sprint car teams or probably even late model teams, but kudos to them for doing what they want to do. Another thing I've been keeping an eye on recently is something that promoter Cody Sommer has going on. If you don't know, Sommer's the guy behind the Gateway Dirt Nationals, previously the Dirt Million at Mansfield. He worked with Scott Bloomquist for a few years, and he started DRT last year. DRT, which is Dirt Racing Technologies, is his late model chassis brand that debuted in 2024, and it appears as though cars are being built at Nick Hoffman's shop in North Carolina. Sommer drove one of his own cars at the World at Eldora late in 2024, and I saw the car myself test at Charlotte Motor Speedway before World Finals last year. Hoffman was driving it that night I was there. Back on April 29th, Sommer posted to social media he was looking for a driver for the Blue 13 car for the Dirt Late Model Dream coming up soon. He said he was taking applications for the car, which runs Bill Steins with Vic Hill Power. It seems as though he got quite a bit of interest, as back on Friday he shared he needed to pare down the nearly 500 names he received. And then yesterday, DRT on Facebook shared a list of 50 drivers that were pulled from that larger list, and they were asking for feedback on a top 5. So here is that full list, an eclectic mix of late model guys, modified racers, and even some open wheel guys in there. Don't sleep on Brent Cruz and Emerson Axum here. Also interesting to see Matt Shepard and JJ Yaley being considered. But looking at this list, if you were Sommer, who's your pick? The Dream is June 4th through the 7th at Eldora, so he's got a few weeks here to decide. In Sunday racing action, Joseph Joyner and the Hunt the Front guys bagged $10,000 in the super late model feature at Cherokee Speedway. The Mike Duvall Memorial was shifted to Sunday after Hunt the Front series lost races Friday and Saturday to weather. It was a sweep for Joyner. He went quick time. He won his heat race from the pole and led all 40 laps in the main event. He topped Trent Ivey and Ross Bales for his first win at the racetrack. Joyner now with back-to-back $10,000 wins in the late model. That includes the Southern Thunder Show at Southern Raceway back on April 19th. It was late model win number 3 on the year, which already tops his 2024 total, and he's also won in an IMCA modified. The help of Talon Center continues to seem like it's paying dividends for this team. Center serving as a consultant, kind of all season, but crew chiefing at the racetrack where it fits into his schedule and where possible. Joyner currently 8th in the Hunt the Front series standings with a top 5 and 3 top 10s after 5 races. He only trails points leader Zach Mitchell, though, by 30 markers. That series back in about 2 weeks at Sugar Creek and Smoky Mountain. In Sunday sprint car action, Jade Hastings picked up where he left off last season with NOSA. The defending champion won the opener at Nodak Speedway over Brendan Mullen and Gage Porkerbeck. Hastings won 4 times a season ago and is a perfect 1-for-1 now this season. NOSA back in action this Friday with a stop at River Cities. That's it for the show today. A big racing week coming up with both the Outlaws and High Limit running midweek programs, plus Illinois Speed Week starting tomorrow with the Flow Series. We're going to dive into all of that here in the coming days. Hope you guys have a great Monday out there. We will see you right back here tomorrow.